Hare Krishna everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Can I
Hare Krishna.
introduce?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So our today's reciter was Swati Mataji. She stays in Pune, Maharashtra. She has completed her BSc in microbiology and CMLT. She is associated to ISKCON Mumbai and ISKCON Mangaluru too. She learned reciting shlokas by Krishnan Prabhuji classes, by attending Krishnan Prabhuji classes. Her services include shloka recitation. Her hobbies are she wanted to serve more Krishna. She wanted to always serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and her family members are also Krishna conscious. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining. And
Very
our
nice.
translator was Swati Mataji. Swati Mataji stays in Mumbai, Maharashtra. She is a graduate. She is associated to ISKCON Mangaluru from June batch 2021. She learned reciting shlokas from her childhood. She serves as a shloka reciter, translator, and co-host. She is serving in English 7 p.m. Aishwarya Mataji class as a reciter translator, and also as reciter in 7 p.m. batch. Her hobbies include singing and quotes writing. And thank you so much, Mataji, for joining. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Thank you.
Mataji.
Thank you, Shweta Mataji. Thank you, Swati Mataji. And I like to tell that this shloka class recitation is happening on every day, I think Monday to Friday. Krishnan Prabhuji is taking. We can share the link in our group. So whoever interested to learn shlokas, you can join that. So he teaches very well. So I think from that group only she has learned, and now she has been. I mean, you can also participate in that way. So you can make use of that opportunity. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay, Hare Krishna everyone. Om Agnanati Mirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namini. Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarini. Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. Namo Brahmana Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagadhitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Te Namaha. Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanasute Devi Pranamami Haripriye. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurathrishe Namaha. Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Krupa Sindhubhya Eva Cha पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. नामाचार्य हरदास ठाकुर की जय. श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय. हरे कृष्णा एवरीवन. हरे कृष्णा. You can all unmute. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay, today important chapter. So, chapter 10, Vibhuti Yoga, the opulence of the Absolute. Okay. Okay. So in this chapter, Krishna is going to explain about his opulences in a way that we can understand, right? Otherwise, like, it is very difficult for us to understand. Krishna can create, right, from his breathing, so many millions of universes come, and these things are very difficult for us to understand. So in this chapter, Krishna is going to help us understand, like, how can we, what are the opulences that we can understand, right? There are totally 82 opulences which Krishna is going to, the Lord is going to explain in this chapter. And why is he explaining? Because, at least, because why in this world people are more, what do we like, respect more? Like, one, somebody is, I mean, very rich, right? Very rich. The person is very rich, or he has some strength, or somebody who is very famous, right? And so, what are the this Parashara Muni, who is a father of Vyasadeva? So he explains the six opulences, the Bhagavan. So who is a Bhagavan? He explains that the one who is opulent in all the six things, like, the all riches, right? All riches, all strength, all fame, and all renunciation, all knowledge, and um all beauty. So Krishna, so in this world we can see some of the opulent, right? Some can be, some persons can be beautiful, right? It is also coming from Krishna, but cannot be like a beautiful person is having all the, I mean, the other opulences. Like, he may not be rich, so he may not have so much strength. Some or other defect is there, right? Like, and somebody is very famous but need not be like, very beautiful. So there are so many things. So, but for Krishna, he is full in everything. So that is why he is called as Bhagwan, right? So why is Krishna telling all this? So that we understand what is our position, what is God, so what is Lord, and what is our position, and what is our dharma, right? We studied in chapter 8. So what is the nature of the soul? Nature of the jiva is to serve the Lord. It is, so we are servants of the Lord. But for to understand that, so Krishna is showing what are his opulences. Actually, this is not for really the pure devotees. Pure devotees don't want the riches, right? So they don't want to see, even in like, after the Vishwarupa and all, Krishna shows in the, like, tomorrow's chapter. So Arjuna don't want to see those things. So he wants to again see the natural, the normal form of the Lord. So the pure devotees, they don't want to see the opulence. This is for the people who are not ready to surrender Krishna, so that at least by seeing the opulences, one can surrender to the Lord. So we'll go into the chapter. So from the last chapter, the important thing we learned, that we need to offer. We can offer 4 things to the Lord. What are they? Somebody, can someone tell the shloka? You can raise your hand if someone knows the shloka. Can raise the hand. No one? Can raise your hand. Yes. Yes, Kiran Prabhuji. Yes.
I don't know completely, but I would like.
Yeah, please. Yeah, sure. Right.
Patram pushpam phalam toyam.
Yeah.
So,
Very nice. Okay.
thank you.
Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhaktyuparatam ashnami prayatatmanaha. So anything you offer me with love, right? Krishna, mainly the devotion and with love. If we offer a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or a water, so we just have to keep a tulsi in each, and then you can offer to the Lord. Anything you can offer, or what, and you yesterday we saw, like, what are the benefits of prasad, why do we have to offer, right? So it is basically on the consciousness level. It works on consciousness level when we offer prasad to the Lord. So please offer it, whatever you prepare, like in Shuddh, like after bath, whatever we have to prepare, and then offer it with the tulsi leaf, keep for some time, say Hare Krishna mantra, and then we can consume it. You can mix it the same thing with the food we have already prepared, so it becomes the prasad. So this is the important shloka we learned yesterday. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Bhuyeva Mahabaho Shrunu me paramam vachaha Yetteham priyamanaya Bhakshyami hitakamaya Kamyaya. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Listen again, O mighty armed Arjuna, because you are my dear friend. For your benefit, I shall speak to you further, giving knowledge that is better than what I have already explained." So now here Arjuna's already, like, all his doubts are clarified. Now here Krishna further wants to explain. This is just like when a student is ready to listen, a teacher is also very much interested, right? She, like, whoever shows interest in the subject, the teacher wants to explain more. She wants, I mean, they'll be interested. So similarly, Krishna wants to explain more because Arjuna is very inquisitive about all the things. And also Krishna mentions here that you are my dear friend, right, for your benefit. So many times, even parents, as parents also, like for children, we it is not required that they come for advice. Otherwise also parents usually just keep on saying the advice, right, to the children. Why? Because for their benefit. So Krishna is also the supreme lord, is the eternal father. So he is our eternal father, right? So Krishna wants to tell for benefit. So it is not just for Arjun's benefit, it is for benefit of the whole mankind. So Krishna is telling that I want to tell this supreme knowledge to you. Uh, so here we can see this. You can share in the comment what is the, who are these people, right? You can see here. You can just post in the chat. Yes, Duryodhana and Arjuna. Yes. So why did they come? Yes, Duryodhana and Arjun, right? So basically, before the war, right? So Duryodhana, yeah, yes. So very nice, Ridham Prabhuji. Yes, Akash, Arjun towards the feet and Duryodhana towards the head, asking for, yes, Akash, very nice. Yes. So they both of them came to Krishna for seeking help. So Duryodhana, we can see the etiquette, right? I mean, he's not having a basic etiquette. He's sitting, he's standing, I mean, near to the Lord's head, towards the head. So, but he is very humble, right? He's a devotee and he's very humble. He was actually seated. He was waiting. I mean, Krishna was actually taking a nap that time. So he was waiting for the Lord, and he was waiting towards near his feet. So, so when Krishna wakes up, he first sees Arjuna and he asks him. But then both of them came for the asking for help, right, for the war. So then Krishna gives the opportunity to Arjuna first. So Arjuna, no, Duryodhana asked him actually, the Krishna asked him, what do you want? When he asked Arjuna, Duryodhana says that he wants the Narayani Sena because that is a huge army. And Duryodhana was thinking that these people are anyways, they went on exile, right? So they won't be having much army on their side. So it will be easy for me to win them. So he wanted to take the army. And then when Krishna asked Arjuna, Arjuna said that he wants Krishna, not the Arjuna. Not the army. So this shows that that is the, but he is a such, actually Duryodhana was thinking that Arjuna is a fool, that what anyways Krishna is going to be a charioteer, and Krishna mentions that I'm going to be a charioteer, I'm not going to be in fight, I'm not going to fight. So Duryodhana thinks that he himself is clever, but we know that who was clever, right? When Krishna is there, so devotee is very sure that he needs the Lord, not the army. So here Krishna is also saying that for your benefit, I shall tell you the knowledge because you are my friend. Name vidussuraganaha prabhavanna maharshayah ahamadirhi devanam maharshinam cha sarvashah. Neither the host of demigods nor the great sages know my origin or opulences, for in every respect I am the source of demigods and sages. So Krishna is explaining here. See, no demigods, right? Devatas does not. Devatas don't know like what is Lord because they all have come later only. So Krishna's expansion we know, right? So Krishna from Krishna comes. Krishna is. I mean, this is in Bhagavatam. Okay. So from Krishna comes the Balram. So from Balram comes the Sankarshan. That is the four quadruple expansions, and then comes the Narayana, and no, from from comes Narayana, and then second Sankarshana, and from second Sankarshana comes the Mahavishnu. So we usually we think like there is only one Vishnu. Bhagavatam says that there are three Vishnus. One is the Mahavishnu who is creating multiple universes, and then is the Garbhodaka Shai Vishnu in who is the who will be who is the one from whose stem the Lord Brahma is born, right? From his navel. So, from Garbhodaka Shai Vishnu, I mean, Garbhodaka Shai Vishnu enters all the universe and creates the paraphernalia, whatever is required there, right? And then from him comes the Kshirodaka Shai Vishnu. He is the Vishnu which is everywhere we see actually. In generally, what people understand about Vishnu is the Kshirodaka Shai Vishnu who will be sleeping right on the Kshira Sagara, right, milk ocean. So he is the Vishnu for who on whatever problem the devatas face, they approach this Vishnu, Kshirodaka Shai Vishnu. So he is the one who is there as Paramatma also, right, in Shankha Chakra Gada Padma in four-handed form in our hearts, in everyone, in the heart of every living entity, not just human beings, in every living entity. So here Krishna is saying, so how can anybody else can understand the Lord? Right? It is not possible because he is the Adi Purusha. So he was there when he was there, nobody was there. So from then after from Lord Brahma, the first living creature, then comes everyone. So Krishna is saying here, I am source of all the demigods. Ishvaraha Paramaha Krishnaha Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govindaha Sarva Karana Karana. Also, Aham Sarvasya Prabhavaha Matta Sarvam Pravartate Iti Matva Bhajante Ma Buddha Bhava Samanvitaha. So this is again coming in this chapter itself. So Krishna is saying that I am the sources of all demigods. And so when Krishna was born, so Krishna's birth is not a normal, right? It is, Krishna says, Janma karma cha me divyam yo evam yo veti tatvatah tiktva jivam punarjanmam naiti mameti sorjuna. So Krishna's birth was transcendental. When Krishna was born, so it is said in Bhagavatam that all the demigods, all devatas come to pay their respect. So when he was about to take birth, because that was such a auspicious thing, and Krishna is not so easy to be seen for even for devatas, right? He doesn't appear like that. Only in Dwapar Yuga he comes. Only in one day of Brahma, every one day of Brahma, Krishna appears once. So so devatas also are very eager to see when the Lord comes. So when he comes, he's called as Hiranya Garbha, Hridaya Garbha. That is, he comes first to the heart of Vasudeva, and then to the heart of Devaki, and then he appears as a four-handed form, like Vishnu, the complete. He shows this Vishnu form, and then he becomes like a baby, right? He becomes a baby, and when he was born, he was he came with the like everything ornaments on, and everything and he was having the, I mean, it is said he was also having the hairs and teeth, right? And he was talking also. He also told his parents about his about their previous lives and all that. So it is not a normal birth. So these are things man has created, right? Who created this? The man's creation. So these things are created by man, and man is very proud of these creations, right? Whatever, I mean, every 6 months there is a new mobile, new version of mobile, and the softwares also change, and people are very proud of their innovations. But if you see even this aeroplane, right? Aeroplane, if in the Puranas, if we see many places, there is already there that they used to go in Viman, right? Even the Ravana, when he took, he had to take Sita, he had come in that Pushpaka Viman, right? So it is very common. And even Chitraketu Maharaj, when Lord Shiva was saying Bhagavatam, he was going in his Viman. So it is not so, it was already there. And how they used to do that time, it was all by mantra. Just by mantra they could create, and they could create palaces, they could create anything. But now we are doing, Prabhupada says that we need so much of factory, and so I mean, all we are destroying all forests and everything, and then we are doing, and we are very proud of our achievements. But then God's creation is so beautiful, right? Each flower is so beautiful. If we see, like how many varieties are there in God's creation, the birds and everything. So God, and it has a life. So that is the difference between our creation and God's creation. Who created human beings, right? So it is very sophisticated, we can say, a machine, or each organs that we have are so sophisticated. So this can be done only by a Lord, right? And but there are people who believe, the scientists, that everything came out of accident. How is something accident come out, come so perfectly, right? Even just a piece of painting we cannot do, it cannot happen on an accident, right? Somebody, a creator is there. So behind a creation there should be a creator, right? That is a common sense. Lord Krishna is the source of everything. So such a beautiful creation, how it can come on its own? So there is a creator. Yo mamajavanadim cha veti lokamaheshwaram asamudas samarteshu sarvapapai pramuchyate. He who knows me as unborn, as beginless, as the supreme Lord of the world, he only undeluded among men, is freed from all sins. So if we understand about anyone, a big person or big personality in this world, in the material world, we cannot be freed from the sins, right? But then if we understand of about the Lord, everything is auspicious. So every chapter we see that Krishna says that some Shruti Pala is there when we hear, and also what he is telling here, if you know about me, that person is freed from all sins. So one has to understand that he is a unborn. He is not he does not take as a normal birth from a mother's womb, right? He is a unborn. He appears. Krishna appears. The 7 great sages, and before them, the 4 other great sages and Manus, progenitors of mankind, come from me, born from my mind, and all the living beings populating the various planets descend from them. So now Krishna is telling about the creation, how everything happened. So initially no one was there, and then Krishna says the great sages and the 4 great sages, right? Who are that is Brahma's 4 Manasa Putra, we say, right? Who is a Sanaka Sanatana Sanandana Sanat Kumara. These 4 who are eternal Kumaras, right? 4 Kumaras we call them. So they, and then and all the living, and then all the living beings populating the Manu. Manu is the father of mankind. So from him only later the all the planets, not just our planet, everything got populated after that only. So so Krishna is explaining how the creation. So who are the Saptarishis? The Agastya, Atri, Bharadwaja, Gautama, Jamadagni, Vasishtha, and Vishwamitra. So Krishna is saying it, they came from my mind. So for Krishna, it is not required. See, for a man, a woman is needed. I mean, if he has to, like a child has to take birth, then man and women, they need to be united. But for Krishna, he does not need any help of any woman or anything, right? He can create from his body parts. So Krishna, Angani yasya sakalendriya vrittimanti pashyanti panti kalayanti chiram jaganti. So Angani yasya sakalendriya vrittimanti. So he can create from his any organ, right? Not necessary for him to, it has to be from womb or anything, right? So here from mind he can create. So that is the opulence of the Lord. So this is when Krishna and Arjun, Krishna and Balram, they come to Mathura. They were all, everybody were attracted towards their beauty, right? So everywhere in this world, like when we see something beautiful, it is, we have to think it's a opulent of the Lord. So anything beautiful, anything strength or whatever, the six opulences that Lord has, because Krishna says that we are like a nityo nityanam chetanas chetananam. That is, you are also eternal, I am also eternal. Nityo nityanam chetanas chetananam. You are also soul, I am also soul. But Ekopi bahuna vidadati kamam. The difference is that the single, as Krishna alone can maintain the complete universe, and he can fulfill the desires and everything, and he can maintain the whole creation. That is the difference. So in the quality, we are same, but in the quantity there is a huge difference. Just like a drop of, ocean. If Krishna is a ocean, we are a drop of that ocean. The taste is same, that salt, the salty taste, both are same, but only thing, the quantity we can't compare to the Lord. So this is a 4 shlokas which is called as the Chatushloki of Bhagavad Gita, very famous, from 10.8, 10.9, 10.10 and 10.11. Aham sarvasya prabhavah matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. So why one has to understand, even in Bhagavad, in the chapter 9, Krishna says that the Mahatmas, right? Mahatmanastu mam partha daivi prakriti mashritaha bhajantyananya manasa gnatva bhutadim avyayam. Means the Mahatmas are the one who understand the Lord and they engage in the service of the Lord. So Ishopanishad says, Om Purnamadam Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. So it says that Krishna is complete. Purnam Adam means Krishna's creation of a material world is complete in itself. So in a material world, there is nothing like something, there is nothing, there is a deficiency. Prabhupada says, even if there are 10 times more population, this material world can is sufficient. But then it is our greed, we are spoiling the, we are misusing the material nature, right? Otherwise, it is very self-sufficient what God has created. So, Om Purnam Adam, Purnam Idam. So, Purnam Adam means that is, one is the spiritual world. It is also complete. Purnam Idam, the material world, it's also complete. Purnat Purnam Udachyate. He is a complete and from him whatever emanation come, that is also complete. Like if we say, if I have something, right? If we take out, like if I have 10 rupees, if I take 5 rupees from it, only 5 rupees is left, right? But in Krishna, it is not like that. From Krishna, so many emanations, like so many incarnations came, so many expansions. Balram, everybody came, but that does not mean Krishna's strength has reduced. He remains the same. Purnat Purnam Udachyate, though, and whatever coming out of him is also complete. So all, there is nothing incomplete. Even just think of this human beings, we, what Lord's creation. We are complete, right? We don't need any, I mean, everything God has given us in this body. So Purnat Purnam Udachyate. Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vishishyate. If you take out from the complete, still it remains complete. So that is the very beautiful shloka from Ishopanishad. So it also explains about the Lord, that he is the perfect. So Krishna is the perfect engineer, right, of this world. And if somebody understands this, they engage in the service of the Lord. So once what happens, we can there's one example, like there are three causes how we can understand this shloka. So there are three causes. One is the immediate effect, which is the like how do we get immediate effect, then immediate cause, immediate cause, then what is that one more cause, ultimate cause, and remote cause. Yeah, immediate cause, remote cause, and ultimate cause. So when we get milk to drink, right? We have milk. So what is the immediate cause? We just go to the shop and get it. So that becomes a immediate. And then, but what is a remote cause? So how did that milk come? So from a dairy, somebody went and they got, I mean, from the milk, I mean, from the cow, right? From a farmer, somewhere they got, and then from our so we get it from the dairy or from a shop. So that is the remote cause. But who is the ultimate cause? Who made? Like it is Krishna, right? Krishna is the one who has the 84 lakh species, who is the creator, the Lord Krishna. So he is the ultimate cause. And then once what happens, Prabhupada, one person in the West, he writes a book, a big book, 3 books he writes on a grass, okay? And then Prabhupada asks, he says, he's very proud that he says, Prabhupada, that I have written I'm author of 3 books, like I have written just on grass, I have written 3 books. Then Prabhupada asked him, okay, okay, how did the grass come? So he says that he don't know the, like, who is the reason. He don't understand, he don't know why is the grass there, why did the grass is created. Then Prabhupada says, because grass Krishna has created, because so that the cow can eat. And why cow can eat and it can give milk, and why does it give milk? And so that we can drink that milk, and our intelligence can be it will improve our intelligence, and with that intelligence you can worship the Supreme Lord. So he's Prabhupada says that. And then Prabhupada asked him, how did that grain this come? So it has to come from the rain, right? So how did the rain come? So it is from the cloud. How did the cloud come? From the ocean. So from ocean the cloud formated, and then that's how the rain comes. So how all this is happening like a cycle, who is telling all that? And uh, 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 and how is the sun coming, right? So sun also so he's the king, he's said to be the king of all planets, but then he also works as per the instruction of the Lord. So everything, it is the God's plan. So we have to understand whatever happening in this world, it is the it is some Krishna is there behind. Machchitta matkata prana bodhayantah parasparam katayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. The thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me, Their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. So the pure devotees are always, they get happiness in talking about the Lord. Always 24 hours. Like if the Gopa boys are, they are all pure devotees, they are always either they are chanting or they are talking about the Lord with all that. Like we can see here also, there is a congregation, right? There is some Bhagavatam class or, sorry, so they are taking a great joy when they are listening about and conversing about the Lord. So we can see Prahlad Maharaj, right? He was a from by birth, he was a devotee. So Kayatu, she is his mother. Hiranyakashipu was her husband, right? Hiranyakashipu was a demon. And then, when Prahalad was taking birth, actually what happens when Devatas come to know that Hiranyakashipu itself was he was creating so much trouble for the Devatas. When Devatas come to know that he is getting a son, so they were all afraid. So this person is going to create so much problem in future. So we need to kill him in the womb itself. So the Devatas come and they try to kill the child in the womb, and Kayatu was there alone. Hiranyakashipu was not there that time in the palace. So and then the Narada Muni comes, and then he stops them. What are you behaving? You are devatas and you are doing like a demonic demons. It's like, how can, why are you so then Narada Muni assures them that there is a great devotee who is going to take birth in a room. There is nothing to worry. And then they all live peacefully. Okay. So then Prahlad Maharaj, so what he does, he tells Hiranyakashipu that if your wife is not safe here, let her be with me in the cottage. So then Hiranyakashipu agrees. So she was there in the cottage in with the Narada Muni, and then every day Narada Muni used to tell Bhagavatam. Actually, Kayatu was not feeling sleepy. So many times she used to feel sleep. She was not that interested. She was not much interested in that devotional service, but the baby in the womb was listening. That is why it is said when a mother is a pregnant, it is very important how she is keeping her consciousness. So she has to always read some shastras and this. So because the baby is listening, right? When the baby is 3 months or so, after that, when gradually it grows, it will be able to understand everything. So it is very important for mother to listen to those scriptures, read Bhagavad Gita, and have the right knowledge, so that baby also will be very intelligent. So this baby, as a baby, Prahlad Maharaj was listening everything. And then when he was very small, right, when he was in Gurukul, when he was taken back to his father's place, right? Still, he was still teaching, preaching all about the Lord, the Vishnu. Always, every time, Vishnu Smaranam, right? He is the one of the Acharya of the 9 devotional service. So Prahlad Maharaj, he was teaching all the children in the Gurukul, and they also started chanting and dancing about the Lord, hearing the kirtan. So we know how much trouble he has gone through, but always his mind was in the remembering the Lord. So Hiranyakashipu once with the Holika he gives, because Holika had his sister had a wound that even the fire cannot burn her. So what she did, she takes Prahlad and sits in the fire. But since he's so powerful, I mean, he's a devotee of Lord, she gets burned and he is safe. So he so many things he tried, Hiranyakashipu, to kill his son. Every day he was trying something, every morning, because when he asked him, when he comes for first time, he sees his son, he asks, what did you learn from Gurukul? So he says that Krishna or Vishnu is the supreme Lord. When he says that, he gets very wild because he hates Vishnu, because he had killed his the elder brother Hiranyaksha, Vishnu. So he always considered the Vishnu as his enemy. And then here we can see like he was the demons are trying to kill him, all the Rakshasas. So but then they couldn't do anything. Vishnu was protecting him all the time. they push him from the cliff, and he falls down, and Lord Vishnu catches him, right? He's so safe. That is why it is said, like, Krishna's devotees are very safe in hands. I mean, pure devotees, Krishna give personal protection. We saw in yesterday's even Ananya's Chintayanto Mam, like how the Lord personally comes and delivers, right? The story of Arjunacharya, where Lord Balram and Krishna, they come personally do. So that is the mercy of the Lord. So here again, the serpents were sent in a dark room, and then they also didn't do anything to Prahlad, and he was put into boiling oil. So there also he was only remembering the Lord continuously. So he was. So Krishna says, "I am in them, and he is in me," right? The devotee. So this is how they couldn't do anything, and also a wild elephant was sent to kill him, but even that couldn't do anything, the mad elephant. So Prahlad Maharaj glorifies Vishnu in the Rakshas Gurukul. This is how they were chanting. So, and then finally, Narsimhadev the time had come for Hiranya Kashipu to die, and then Lord Narsimha appears and kills him, right? And he had taken a boon that not a man, not a animal. He should not be a man nor animal. And actually, he wanted to be eternal, which Brahma said he cannot give that. So then he asked, he should not be a man and an animal, and it should not be day or night, and it should not be outside or inside, and I should not be on the space or in the earth. Like so many conditions he put, but everything was fulfilled, right? And and it is not to be weapons, no weapons. So Krishna, what did he, with the nail itself, he tore his belly, right? So that's how Lord Narsimha comes and kills him. So, and at very young age, then Bhakta Prahlad was appointed as king. So what should we do? We need to always take the Lord's name, so that we have that protection, that Lord's protection is there. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So from very young age, one should start the devotion as early as possible. We have to inculcate even in the our children. And we have to also start at whatever age we start, that's fine, but we need to start. Tesham satatayuktanam bhajatam pritipurvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamupayanti te. So actually, first two shlokas, Krishna tells about him, right? About and then the other two shlokas, it is like how Krishna reciprocate. So the 10 and 11 Krishna explains, and then 10 and 11, sorry, 8 and 9, and then 10 and 11, he says how Krishna, he reciprocates to his devotees. So here Krishna says, to those who are constantly devoted to serving me with love, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. Okay, so this is like Krishna gives the intelligence, right, to the devotee who is so much dedicated to the Lord. So he gives the intelligence to come to him. So once so it is so this is for like somebody who has the learned, we can tell, the educated one. The other one, this shloka, the next shloka, okay, the shloka 10.11, it is said like for the uneducated. So how the people who can't read the Shastras, who can't read the Vedas, who can't read Bhagavad Gita, for them also Krishna gives the intelligence. So that comes in the next shloka. So here we see like how we have if we don't know the route, right, we lost somewhere. What do? We all have the GPS now. So we put the GPS and we can reach the home. So this is the GPS for us, right? The mantra. So to go back home to Godhead, by chanting, we can go back to Godhead, because for Kali Yuga, the chanting is the recommended one. So not any other sacrifices. So this is a sacrifice recommended for Kali Yuga. तेषामेवानुकम्पार्थं अहमज्ञानजं तमः नाशयाम्भायात्मभावस्तः ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता. To show them special mercy, I dwell in their hearts, destroy the shining lamp of uh, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. So Krishna is there when wherever Krishna is there, there is no place for darkness. So when Krishna is there in our heart, and with when he has a special mercy, so then he gives that knowledge, so that in whatever ignorance which is born in our mind, that will be purified. So there's a once what happens in when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visits South India. So there he sees one, he meets a Brahmin. So he sees a Brahmin. That Brahmin was holding a Bhagavad Gita book, and he was actually seeing that for a long time. And then many people there, the other qualified Brahmanas sitting, and they were making fun and they were laughing at him. And then he comes and asks, "What happened? You are seeing, and why other people are laughing?" He says that, "Okay, yes, it is because I cannot read, but my spiritual master has ordered me that you read." The thing is, he was like able to read in the sense, yeah, but he was not a scholar. Like maybe he was able to read like us, but not a scholar. Like he was not able to understand. Like okay, if in those days, if 500 years back, if somebody was not able to pronounce the shloka properly, he was considered to be illiterate. But now none of us can do that, right? We are also on the same level. So that person was not able to pronounce, and so they were laughing at him. So then he says, okay, but then why are you seeing the picture, right? Bhagavad Gita book has a image where Lord Krishna is as a charioteer and Arjun is sitting at the back. So why are you seeing and crying? So then that Brahmin, he says that it is because the Lord, he is Lord of the universe, but he is become a charioteer. So by, I mean, how merciful can he be? How more can merciful a God can be, right? So we can't imagine, right? A CEO of a company, can we imagine like he's driving a car for his employee or someone? We cannot. Even in material world, the people, because they are all in a bodily platform, they are very egoistic. That ego is there, false ego is there, that I am this, I am that. But then God, Krishna is not having. He actually becomes a servant also to a devotee, though he's a lord. And we see that with his the friends in Brindavan, how he becomes like a normal boy and he plays. And many times he also, when while playing, he will also his friends defeat him, and they give him punishment that he has to carry them on their shoulders. So Krishna does all these sweet pastimes because Krishna makes them forget that he is the Lord. So so here Krishna gives the knowledge. And also we know, like Bhakta Kanakadasa, right? When he was born in a low family, low caste, so he was not allowed to enter the temple. Those time the Brahmins were not allowing the other caste, like low caste people, to enter the temple. So then what happens? This is in Udupi, where he starts praying the Lord from the outside the temple. And then the Vigraha, right? The Lord himself, he turns, and then the all the I mean, he make a it be it there is a, like you can we still we can see like a kindi in the sense, all the bricks, they fall, and it makes a space for the for the devotee to see the Lord. The Vigraha itself turns. Okay, so that is how Krishna is so merciful. So he gives the knowledge uh, to and destroy the this one, darkness born of ignorance. So in the, so the various places we see in Bhagavatam where the Lord gives the knowledge to, in Uddhava Gita, there's where Krishna gives this knowledge to Uddhava. And as a Kapila Muni, like Krishna incarnated as a Kapila Muni, where he given the Sankhya philosophy, he gives the this knowledge to his mother, uh, Devahuti, right? And then this is Maitreya Muni and Vidura. So Vidura, so actually if we see this, right, Vidura already, he knows everything. He's like he's a Mahatma. So he knows everything, but still he wants to hear from great sages. So that hearing is also very important in the spirituality. So he is hearing from Maitreya about Lord Krishna, creation and pastime. So that also comes in the Bhagavatam. Arjuna uvacha param brahma param dhama pavitram paramam bhavan purusham shashvatam divyam adidevam majam vibhum. Arjuna said, you are the supreme personality of Godhead, the ultimate abode, the purest, the absolute truth. You are the eternal, transcendental, original person, the unborn, the greatest. All the great sages such as Narada, Asita, Devala, Vyasa confirm this truth about you, and now you yourself are declaring it to me. So Krishna is here. We can understand one thing. So Arjuna also accept the authority of the Shastras, right? Guru, uh, Guru, Shastra, and the God, like everything to be in the same line. So Krishna, he's saying that Krishna, now you are also saying the same truth about you, which already the sages have confirmed, all the great sages. So this is how we have to take from the Shruti Praman. So if we are also following the footsteps of Arjun, we will be able to understand the mystery of this Bhagavad Gita and what is really God, what is our relationship with the Lord. Okay, how do we build this relationship with the Lord? Everything will be revealed if we are taking in that if we are following the footsteps of Arjuna. And then he's calling him, he is very excited, like Param Brahma, Param Dhamma, he's saying, like Pavitram Pavara Paramam Bhavan, you are the purest and you are the supreme. So Param Dhamma is the final destination. So because he accepted here, like we can see, this is a surrender, this is a third surrender where Arjuna is doing. In first chapter 2, he surrenders as a disciple, right? And then now he's this is the second one where he is accepting the Lord as a God. He accepted Krishna as Lord. So first he accepted as a teacher, and now he accepts the Lord as a absolute truth, the God, because he was thinking he's his just cousin friend, but now he accepts him as a Lord. He understood that he is the Lord, supreme Lord. So yes. Sarvam etadrutam manye yanmam vadasi keshava nahi te bhagavan vyaktim vidurdevana danavaha. Oh Krishna, I totally accept as truth all that you have told me. Neither the demigods nor the demons, O Lord, can understand your personality. So Arjuna is telling here that no one can understand you, Krishna. Even the demigods, the devatas cannot understand the Lord. Many times we see like how they got also bewildered. Indra could not understand that Krishna was Lord. So he tested, right? He showered the rain for 7 days and 7 nights. But then he couldn't understand that he thought he was a normal boy, cowherd boy, and he couldn't understand that he was Lord. And even Lord Brahma, when he thought that he's an ordinary boy and he wanted to test him, he took all his cows and calves and his friends. So then he also understood later that because when he takes away takes them, but then he comes and see that all of them are there already. So Krishna, so then Brahma understands, okay, so he is the Lord himself. So it is not easy for even Devata. So how can we understand, right? We are so tiny jivas, we cannot understand. So we have to see the Shastras. So, and also the important word Sarvam. Sarvam is very important because I totally accept all that you are saying. But what happens many a time, people accept a part of Bhagavad Gita, right? They don't want to take everything. So that is not right. When you are taking, take it everything. Whatever Krishna is saying in the 700 shlokas are there in Bhagavad Gita, we have to consider everything, whatever the Lord is telling. It's not like for my convenience, for they do some for marketing, right? Or from the management purpose, they may people take some relevance from here and there, and they make their own philosophies. So that is not right. So we need to understand this from Arjuna. Katam Katam vidyam aham yogin tam sada parichintayan keshu keshu cha bhaveshu chintyosmi bhagavan maya. O Krishna, O supreme mystic, how shall I constantly think of you, and how shall I know you? In various forms are you to be remembered, O supreme personality of Godhead. So now it is like now Krishna will start explaining the opulences. Now here he is asking, how do I remember you? Because it is for us to know how we can see the Lord. So basically it is like there's an analogy of sugar cane. Basically, if we are not well, I have a like somebody has a jaundice, right? So for jaundice person, whatever you give, it doesn't taste. So how does the taste come? So for that, the doctors advise to take sugarcane. Sugarcane juice is very sweet, but the one who is having jaundice, that doesn't taste to his tongue. Similarly, the Hare Krishna mantra, right? It is not tasting good for us right now. So and we are not getting that taste in spiritual. Why? Because we are also diseased. So when we get purified, then the taste comes, right? When the jaundice is gone, but that is the medicine that person has to drink that, then slowly he will get reback he get his taste. So here Arjuna is having the taste, so he's asking more and more. Krishna is explaining further, he's asking, can you please explain me more? So this inquisitiveness is very important, right? The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, yes, I will tell you of my splendorous manifestations, but only of those which are prominent, O Arjuna, for my opulence is limitless. So we should understand Krishna's opulence is limitless. We won't be able to understand. So Krishna is trying to explain in a way what we can understand. So he says it is just a very prominent one. So he explains here. अहम आत्मगुडाकेश सर्वभूतस्य स्थितः अहम आदिश्च मध्यं च भूतानां अन्त एव च. I am the supreme soul, O Arjuna, seated in hearts of all living entities. I am the beginning, the middle, and the end of all beings. So Krishna is the super soul. He is declaring that I am the super soul who is sitting in the heart of all the living entities, not just human beings, all the living entities. So I am the beginning, I am the middle, and I am the end. So these are all opulence. He goes on explaining. So I'll be just going fast here. Of all the trees, I am banyan tree. So and the sages among demigods, I am Narada. Of the Gandharvas, I am Chitraratha. And among perfected beings, I am the sage Kapila Muni. Of the great sages, I am Bhrigu. Of vibrations, I am the transcendental Om. Of sacrifice, I am the chanting of holy name Japa. Yagnanam Japa Yagnosmi. And immovable things, I am Himalayas. I am, oh, what is that? Of weapons, I am the thunderbolt. Among cows, I am Surabhi cow. So this we have even in it comes in the spiritual world, the Surabhi cow is there. So it gives unlimited milk. So Chinta Mani Prakara Sadma Sukalpa Bruksha Laksha Ruteshu Surabhi Abhipalayantam. So Surabhi cow is there in the spiritual world. So he says, Krishna, that I am that Surabhi. Of causes for procreation, I am Kandarpa. So the Manmata we call, right? So he's the god of love. So he is the Krishna represents. And of serpent, I am Vasuki. Of many hooded Nagas, I am Ananta, and among aquatics, I am demigod Varuna. Of departed ancestors, I am Aryama, and among the dispensers of law, I am Yama. So Yamaraj is also the representation of the Lord. So the Lord of death, the Yama. Among the Daitya demons, I am the devoted Prahlad, because Prahlad is a great devotee, but he was a Daitya because he was born in demonic family. His father was a demon. Among subduers, I am time. So time doesn't wait for anything, right? Everything will be over. Whoever is famous someday, but everything does not wait. Among beasts, I am the lion, and among birds, I am Garuda. Of all creation, I am the beginning and the end, and also the middle. O Arjuna, of all sciences, I am the spiritual knowledge, the spiritual science of the self. So we can see which is the highest. So we see that not the material science is not the highest. Krishna says that spiritual science, which is about the self, which talks about the soul and the super soul, that is considered as the highest, and it represents Krishna. And among logicians, I am the conclusive truth. Of letters, I am letter A, and among compound words, I am the dual compound. I am also inexhaustible time, and of creators, I am Brahma. So the letter A represents Krishna, and creators Brahma, because it is said when a proper person is not there, because Brahma, when he completes 311 trillion years, the new Brahma is required. So if nobody is there, sometimes Krishna takes that form and he becomes the Brahma. So this is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who has showed the six-handed form, right? He the six-handed one is the Rama. So then Krishna, we can see the with the flute it is Krishna, and then Rama with the bow you can see, and then with Kamandalu and the stick, this is himself Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, where he came as a sannyasi. I am all devouring death, and I am generating principle of all that is yet to be. Among women, I am fame, fortune, fine speech, memory, intelligence, steadfastness, and patience. So if somebody is having is a famous fortune there, and they have a good speech and memory, intelligence, it's all represents, it's the mercy of the Lord. Krishna is there. So it represents the Krishna Lord. Of the hymns in the Samaveda, I am the Brut Sama, and of poetry, I am Gayatri. Of months, I am Mrigashira, November and December, and of seasons, I am the flower bearing spring. I am also the gambling of cheat, of the splendid, I am the splendor, I am victory, I am adventure, I am the strength of the strong. Of the descendants of Vrishni, I am Vasudeva, and of the Pandavas, I am Arjuna. Of the sages, I am Vyasa, and among great thinker, I am Ushana. So Vyasadeva also, he comes as a Sakshavatara. So there are total 6 incarnations of the types of incarnations which Lord takes. So Purusha incarnations, wherein Purusha incarnations there is a this Mahavishnu, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu and Shirodakashayi Vishnu, and then comes the Leelavatara. In Leelavatara, we know like how many, like all the Kurma Avatara, like he comes at different avatars he takes, where Lord Ram, and everybody, all the avatars we see, that is avatars, and Leelavatara, and then Gunavatara. Gunavatara, it is like Sattva Rajoguna, and Tamoguna. So Sattva represents Vishnu, Rajoguna represents Brahma, and then Tamoguna in charge is Lord Shiva. It is not that they are in that guna, all devatas are in Sattva Guna, but I mean Shuddha Sattva, Vishnu is in Shuddha Tattva. So, but they take care of the world who are in those gunas, right? That is like that, not that they are in that gunas. And then Gunavatara, and then comes the Sakshavesha Avatara, where Krishna gives that power, certain power. So for Vyasa, he gives like to perform only like for Vamana, are like different incarnation who come in, who takes that power, certain power. So like Kapila Muni or like that. Vyasadev was there. So they come in Sakshavesha avatar, and then the Manu avatara. So like Manus, right? Different Manus. So and then that last one is uh, Gunavatara. No, Yugavatara. Yugavatara, he comes in different yugas. So and in Yugavatara, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Kalki, right? In Kali Yuga, it is said that they come. So these are the, so Krishna says that I am Vyasa, they all I am, and among great thinkers I am Ushana Kavi. Among all means of suppressing lawlessness, I am punishment. And of those who seek victory, I am morality. Of secret things, I am silence. And of wise, I am the wisdom. Yakchapi sarvabhutanam bijam tadaham arjuna natad asti vina yatsyan maya bhutam characharam. Furthermore, O Arjuna, I am the generating seed of all existence. There is no being moving or non-moving that can exist without me. So Krishna is the he also says aham bija prada pita. So Krishna is the seed giving father. So Krishna is telling here he is the generating seed of everyone, moving and non-moving. Yadyad vibhuti mat sattvam srimadurjitameva va tattadeva vagachatvam mama tejomcha sambhavam. Know that all opulent, beautiful and glorious creations spring from but a spark of my splendor. So whatever in the world we see beautiful, we need to think that that is represents the Lord. So all glorious creations, and it is just a spark. Krishna says, just from his spark he can create a such a beautiful things, such marvelous things. And this is Lord Krishna during the pralaya, during the time of devastation, and so he's tasting his own toes, because the devotees of the Lord, they say that they want to become a dust of his lotus feet. So Krishna want to taste what is there in my feet, that my devotees want to come to me, come to have take the dust of my feet. But what? Okay, but this is last shloka. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. So for Krishna, it is not required that he has to come and do any pastime, or he has for killing demons, he has to come, or anything to maintain this universe. He has to take so much difficulty, because for him it is so simple, as it is so easy. He says that just a single fragment can take care, it can pervade all over, and it can support the entire universe. So, and also he is there as Paramatma, right? He takes care of, he is guiding, and he life after life, and he remembers all the our past, present, and future, everything, because he's coming as Paramatma with us in all the lives. So he knows all our lives. So what is the importance of the Panchatattva? Okay, many of you, I don't know, like if you have started chanting. So otherwise, please kindly start chanting. And before that, we need to pay our obeisances to the Panchatattva deities, right? So Jayo Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya is Krishna, who has come as a Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Nityananda Prabhu. This is Nityananda Prabhu. This is Nityananda Prabhu, and this is Sri Advaita Gadadhara, Sri Advaita Acharya, and Gadadhar Pandit is Gadadhar Pandit and Srivasadi. So actually they represent. This is Nityananda Prabhu is Balram himself, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna, and Advaita Acharya is a representation of Vishnu and Shiva together. He is an incarnation of Lord Shiva and Vishnu, and this is Gadadhar Pandit. He is a incarnation of Radharani, and one more incarnation, Radharani, and okay, and Srivasadi is a Narad Muni. So these are, so we take their blessing, and like if any offenses we do while chanting, then it should be so they will they are so merciful, so they forgive us. So we say that because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the one who has given this Hare Krishna mantra, right? So Hare Krishna, but Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, you we say this first. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, and then followed by Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Only once with the headbeat we are going to chant this Panchatattva, and then you are going to only say the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra 108 times, and then before we start the next round, we again chant this Panchatattva mantra, and then we complete. So you all can chant along with me. I'll just unmute you all. Okay, repeat after me. Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Prabhu Nityananda,
Prabhu Nityananda,
Shri Advaita Gadadhara,
Shri Advaita Gadadhara,
Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama Hare Hare.
Please do start chanting. Okay. Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna. Thank you, everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Okay, any questions? No? No questions? Okay. I think today it was more about opulence, and tomorrow Vishwarupa Darshana. It is nice. Surabhi and Kamadhenu. Surabhi, I'm not very sure. Kamadhenu also is a desire fulfilling cow, I think, right? Surabhi is also similar to that, but I'm not really very sure. Rhythm Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Okay. Any questions? If you can post in the chat if you have any questions. Hare Krishna. Okay, are you all able to understand? I mean, how is the class going? Just for my thing, I'm just asking. You are all able to understand, or is it going? Am I going very fast or something? Or the speed is okay? Surabhi and Kamadhenu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare. Okay, it is okay. Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Shruti, Ranjan. You all can on your videos, right? Surabhi and Kamadhenu are same. Okay, another name of Kamadhenu. Okay, thank you. Yes, Ravi Prabhu has answered your question, Ridham Prabhu. Both are same. Hare Krishna. Okay, all of you, I am feeling like this is like impersonal, right? You're not able to see anyone. Shailaja, Hare Krishna Mataji. Brahman realization, right? I am only able to see some.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Nobody wants to reveal their face. So in Ishopanishad, the devotee praised the Lord that Hiranmayena patrena satyasyapi hitam mukam. So please open your, remove your effulgence and show me your form. So I have to ask you the same thing now. Please show me your faces. Nobody wants to come on camera. Huh? Thank you, Rajendra Prabhu. Yeah, whoever. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Shruti Ranjan. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay. Okay. Hare Krishna. Okay. Chandrasekhar Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you for obliging.
Hare
At least
Krishna,
few of
Mataji.
you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Okay. Okay. If no questions, then we can close for today. We'll meet tomorrow. पाञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य दास ठाकुर की जय। श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्णा। हरे कृष्णा। Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thank you, everyone. Okay, see you all tomorrow.